Steve White reporting on the Rural Radio Network. We're pleased to be joined by Congressman Adrian Smith. Congressman, the 3rd District is an agricultural powerhouse, but these are some challenging times. The president's set to be announcing some relief. What have you heard, and what do you make of the details?
Well, the new announcement is that there will be $12 billion of payments, basically to bridge. It's a one-time payment we're looking at. So I appreciate the fact that the administration, the president, and his team are sensitive to what the challenges are. And I think as they continue to formulate agreements on trade with other countries, for as bad as things were with say, soybean prices, that the administration took some action there with China. We're in a better place, but we're headed in the right direction, making some progress, but there's more work to be done. But I think expanding markets is really what we need to focus on. So these one-time payments to help producers out, it's timely and also important that we still focus on markets.
China has committed to buying some soybeans. We've maybe started to see a little there, but do we need to continue to kind of hold their feet to the fire, so to speak?
Absolutely, and that's the challenge with China. They can agree to something, and yet they don't always keep that agreement. We've seen that from the first Trump administration and what China agreed to and did not follow through. So we need to stay on top of all this, and all hands on deck to make sure that we keep any agreement to be enforceable, and ultimately, the enforcement in a very direct and technical sense. Congress codifying trade agreements moving forward. That's kind of the ultimate in enforcement and the ability to enforce. And so Congress will need to get involved as well.
Because we want something that's not going to be at the whim of whoever the next president is, and it needs to be kind of codified into law. Is that what I'm hearing?
Right. I mean, you take the first Trump administration, where they formulated some trade policies, say that even the tariffs that President Trump initially introduced, that the Democrats really criticized at the time. Then Joe Biden takes office and did nothing about it, either asking Congress to codify that, or to move to get rid of the tariffs either. So the fact of the matter is, President Trump, I think, has made some good progress on trade policy and leveling the playing field. Ultimately, we need Congress to to get involved that can codify policies moving forward. We're more likely to get other countries' best offer that way, and then long-term thinking that the president can have a legacy that lasts beyond his term of office.
Is there a silver lining in these trade disruptions, in that maybe some countries have come to the table that maybe would not have, and maybe also that we're diversifying the array of countries that we're trading with and not putting all of our eggs in one basket?
That's right. I think a strategy of redundant supply chains is what we need to focus on as well. But absolutely, the other countries have made some concessions that I don't think would have happened, say, under a Joe Biden administration. But clearly, President Trump, I use the UK as an example, they were not wanting to do anything on agriculture. And yet they've made concessions on beef and ethanol. That's good for us, especially in Nebraska.
Right.
But in the broader scope, the fact that these concessions have been made, it's a very positive step in the right direction.
Certainly, though, we would like to see new market opportunities, and domestically, one of the easy ones probably would be E15. That would be a domestic market we could just take advantage of instantly.
Absolutely. With consumers, anxious to pay less at the pump, E15 can help deliver that. And E15 is really in concert with so much other innovation in breaking down a kernel of corn. Those efficiencies are very impressive, and especially when we can help feed the energy that we need as a country, whether it's in our vehicles, whether it's on the grid. We need more energy, and I think E15 very appropriately contributes to these solutions.
As we start to wrap things up, we're the epicenter of the beef industry. Tyson's announcement, would you hope that they would avail themselves to keeping that plant in operational status? We've heard horror stories from your colleague, Mike Flood, about what happened in his community. We would not want that kind of a scenario to be repeated.
Absolutely. My emphasis in my conversation with the CEO of Tyson was that they avail this property and facility for someone else. And the last thing we want is a shuttered facility falling into disrepair. Now, I would think that Tyson would want a better scenario than that as well. And so, given the fact that there's still shortages in the labor force, workforce, other dynamics here, that this, I'm hoping can turn into an opportunity rather than such the challenge that it currently is right now.
Because it is a blow to that community.
Absolutely.
And then also given just the concentration, cattle feeders are right in the backyard. It is a tough decision. I understand they had to make a business decision, but it is tough for us to see that was the one they chose.
Yeah, right. Especially with the available inventory right here. That's somewhat puzzling to me. But fact of the matter is, I just hope that Tyson will avail the property for someone else.
Well, Congressman Smith, good to catch up with you.
You bet. Likewise. Thank you.
Thank you. Congressman Adrian Smith joining us at the Nebraska Farm Bureau annual meeting in Kearney. I'm Steve White on the Rural Radio Network.